All right, let's talk about Matt Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams here, who got a big win. Game ended up getting weirdly close towards the end, but for the most part, they clearly looked like the better team in this one. And I want to make a video on Stafford because I haven't made a video on him in a minute. And, he's playing good football right now. Had a good game and, they did a lot very well against the Commanders defense, which in fairness, a lot of teams are doing a lot very well against this defense. But still, let's talk about it. It's going to start things off with just simple stuff. That's one of the things the Rams do so well, and I feel like I've always done well in the McVay era, even with Goff, and especially with Stafford. It's just, hey, concept like this. Zone coverage, let's just get Puka Nacua, underneath the zone coverage further deep. Let's see if we can get some yards this way, get like a, 8 to 12 yard chunk play. Watch as when this play begins. I mean, Nacua does such a good job of not giving anything away right away. It's not clear what route he's running, but the second he cuts, you see that there is a real window for Nacua to get open. I mean, really, this Puka Nacua thing, it was kind of almost like a meme early on, but it's not even like a meme. It's like he's just a really good receiver, right? Like he's just a really good player. He's over 1,000 yards at this point. He's actually at 1,063 and still has 3 games to go. So, what he's doing as a rookie is incredible. Of course, Stafford not going to miss that throw. They're able to get the completion. So really good stuff there by Stafford, but good stuff by Nacua and good stuff by the coaching staff. Putting your players in position to succeed. Don't overthink things. Hey, sometimes this is what you got to do, and it worked out well on this one. Also, something like this, though, okay, so that one was, a good play, but also you could certainly make the argument, well, okay, yeah, good play, but at the same time, not the highest degree of difficulty type route or anything like that. Well, okay, what about something like this? Which, again, on paper, this is not the highest degree of difficulty route, but watch what Stafford does. Watch that when he takes the snap, he's going to look over the middle of the field. So, okay, looking over the middle of the field, well, if he's going to throw to the route that I showed you towards the bottom of the screen, it's going to take him some time, right? He's going to have to, look over there, then really read it, make sure that he likes it, and then get the throw over there. Okay, yeah, for sure. Well, no, watch him just instantaneously. That's basically a no-look pass makes this throw, and it's not wide open at all. I mean, this is just having chemistry with your players, assuming you have chemistry with it's Tyler Higbee on this play. And as you see, I mean, he puts it right on the money. I mean, that's basically a perfect no-look pass for Stafford. The meme was always like, oh, if Mahomes makes this throw, everyone goes crazy. That's what people kept joking about on Twitter. But it felt like Matt Stafford was the guy who was always making the throws, right? He was the guy who was like the one people were talking about because he does do a lot of that stuff, a lot of the no-look, sidearm things, and this is a good example of that. Hey, if it doesn't work out, everyone calls you an idiot, but when it works out, you're a genius, and it worked out here. It's not quite, in the game-winning drive in the Super Bowl throwing a no-look pass like he did for the Rams a couple years ago, but still pretty fun. Also, something like this, so what's going to happen here, I mean, listen, to some degree, this is just bad defense. Well, let's talk about all of it. So, I don't know. The concept is designed, though, to hopefully get a mismatch. You're having your only receiver who's lined up as an outside receiver towards your left run a route that's hopefully going to get the corner to move in. Then Cooper Kupp is going to run a route going outside the numbers and running deep, right? This isn't the craziest concept you see. And in fact, part of what makes this so inexcusable for the Commanders is the Rams love to run these types of plays. Their goal is to either get a corner slightly out of position, like what happened last week against Baltimore, against Marlon Humphrey, or to hopefully just get a linebacker on Kupp. A linebacker picks up Kupp, or maybe a slot corner or a safety, and then Cooper Kupp has a mismatch that way. However, when Stafford takes the snap, he looks over at Kupp and realizes actually nobody picked up Cooper Kupp. I mean, who's the closest defender? Like, is there a defender within 15 yards of him? No, there isn't. Closest defender is probably, maybe 20 yards away. It's a tough situation here for Washington. Ideally, you don't want to leave the, best receiver on the Rams that much open. But again, this is what the Rams do. They put themselves in positions to succeed. They, you have a defense that struggles with communication, that has a lot of miscommunications. Well, run these types of concepts, you'll probably get lucky on one of them, and that's what happened here. Also, Stafford's throw, perfectly thrown to where Kupp can run after the catch. He's able to get into the end zone for a touchdown. He could have crawled into the end zone for a touchdown if he wanted to. He was that far open. Not great defense by Washington, but good offense by the Rams. And again, plenty of it is just simple stuff. Not the highest degree of difficulty plays, but hitting on the, hit the layups, right? zone coverage. You have Nacua who's going to run a route over the middle. All right, well, could get into a gap in coverage. Let's see what happens. Stafford is going to take the snap. He looks over at Nacua and is immediately firing because you see right here, there is a window. Is it a huge window? Yeah, it's a huge window. There is a window, but part of why this window is so big is because Stafford is throwing this with perfect timing. Also, watch how Nacua can make the catch while mostly running. I mean, he slowed down a little bit for the catch, but is still able to move after the catch, pick up a little bit more yards. And again, Stafford's making sure he got the ball over there as quickly as possible, making sure he doesn't put it in position where it can get knocked away. So, is this, again, highest degree of difficulty play? No. Is it still a good play? Absolutely. And also, going over here, I have to say, Demarcus Robinson's really started to play pretty good football as of late. I mean, he has over 40 yards each of the last 3 games for the Rams, so he's becoming a role player, which, when they won the Super Bowl, there was definitely times when it was other players stepping up. Yes, it was Odell and Cooper Kupp, but they had other guys coming through and making plays at times, and that's what we're seeing with Robinson all of a sudden these past couple of weeks. It's a one-on-one matchup on it says 3rd down and 4 on the screen, but you can look at the field and see that's clearly not the case. First down marker is at the 19, so they got a little bit more yards to go here. As you see, Stafford is going to take the snap. He looks up towards Robinson, and I wasn't sure if maybe there was even a blown coverage here with Washington. It's something that happens, right? But nevertheless, you see Robinson wide open here in the end zone. Stafford is going to hit Robinson. Robinson gets a touchdown on this play. He had, 44 yards, and he also had 23 rushing yards on the day. So getting him going is good. I didn't even mention Kyren Williams in this video, but I probably, could make a whole video on him because he had, he's been legitimately just really good for the Rams. He had 152 yards on the day. He's obviously been a key factor. And I mean, it's just one of those things where I brought this up on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, and it's really true, where it's like, listen, this hasn't been the cleanest season for the Rams. And I think we all kind of view the Rams as like a playoff team, but maybe not a championship contender. That being said, though, if we're looking at the teams that we're not viewing as championship contenders, but could be dark horses, I mean, if Stafford gets hot, which right now he is hot, if Stafford gets hot, that's not a team I'd want to play in the playoffs. I'd much rather take my chances with some of these other weaker, wild card teams than the Rams, who certainly feel like they are a real contender to make things happen. And it's largely due to what Stafford brings to the table and the, great play of Matt Stafford right now. So, and again, I get it. It's Washington. You're not going to get a ton of flowers for beating Washington, but it's not just Washington what they've done these past few weeks. I mean, they lost to the Ravens, but they still put up 31 against debatably the best defense in football. They put up 36 against Cleveland, another debatably the best defense in football. They crushed the Cardinals. Who are the Cardinals? You don't get that much credit for that either. But it's like they're blowing out the teams they should be blowing out at this point. Although again, 8-point game, but it was a weird ending here. They also have some quality wins and some quality losses on the resume at this point. They played the 49ers tough earlier on in the season, one of the few teams that can say that. So definitely a lot really going strong for the Rams at this point. But yeah, those are my thoughts on all of this. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.